and there goes the pod. Now you're probably saying, wait, you forgot something. That's because we don't have any Kerbals in the pod. Now Bill and Bob are freaking out. Jebediah, as always, is very excited. And Jebediah is the only one brave enough to attempt this mission. And he volunteered for this when all the others were too scared, but this is going to be valuable training for the future of our manned missions. So, now, let's take a look. Alright, that is our trajectory right there. And there goes the pod. Now, what we're going to do is have Jebediah use his jetpack to maneuver through space and catch up to the pod. So he's detached himself there, and now we have to very carefully maneuver him over, have him grab onto the ladder, and he's going to fly that pod. Now this takes a lot of precision, and they do have a limited amount of fuel in their jetpacks. So, this mission we shouldn't be really in too much danger of running out of fuel, but it is possible for them to be stranded out here completely. So, we don't want that. Alright, we'll set that as a target. And we're getting in closer. We started probably close to 100 meters away from the separating pod. And now let's move in closer and get him aboard this ship. Now, you gotta do this very carefully. Find the ladder, which I believe is on the bottom. Oh, nope, it's right on this side. I don't know, it is on the bottom. Alright. So now he's got to go and grab. Oh, wrong thing. Alright, he missed it. We're going to go back. Go right there. And come on, Jebediah. You can do it. You can do it. Slowly. And he grabbed on. He's got hold of the ladder. And there we go. He's aboard the ship. Now, what we're going to do is switch the order of this here. Let's activate this engine. There we go. And now he's going to attempt to get this pod up into an orbit. And we're up near our apoapsis, so that is the surprise of the mission there, is that we detached the pod and had him fly through empty space to get to it. Now, the challenge is to get this pod into an orbit while bringing the other capsules safely down for a landing. And then once we orbit around Kerbal with the pod, we are also going to bring it down for a landing. And we have to make sure we have enough fuel for that. And we're looking alright so far. And we're close to completing an orbit, it looks like, already. So that's good. You can see there's the trajectory of the pod. We will go back to those guys momentarily. Now, what I gotta do is I gotta speed up time, but I gotta be careful. If I speed it up too much, those guys could crash back down to Kerbal before we have time to save them. So, I gotta do this carefully. So we gotta be watching this pod at all times. Alright, so let's do this here. And here we go. Let's extend to get an orbit. There we go. And get that up so we won't hit the atmosphere right there. Now, it's not a perfect orbit by any means, but he's at about half fuel right now, so we're going to leave that orbit there, and we are going to go and deal with these guys in the separating pod. So, alright, here are our guys left over in the separating pod. Now, we could get them up into orbit, but that's not their mission. Their mission right now is to get safely back down after we tested the spacewalking ability of Jebediah. Bill and Bob are left to land themselves safely in the ocean of Kerbal, and they are getting lower. We can speed up time a bit. Now, we've got some parachutes on the capsule. The whole ship is not going to survive, in all likelihood. So, we are going to have the parachutes, when they deploy, they're going to eventually rip off the capsule from the rest of the ship, and the capsule will land safely. The rest of the ship will crash in the ocean, but that's fine. Doesn't matter too much. Bob is freaking out, as always. Bill seems calm. Not as happy as Jebediah, but I don't think that's possible. Alright, so now, let's do this here. Go like this, start slowing ourselves down. And also deploy our parachutes. And get ready for landing, boys. Alright, there go the parachutes. They haven't separated the stage yet, but when they fully deploy, they probably will. At least that's the plan, anyway. So we can turn this off now. And they're at 5,000 meters. Let's try to slow them down a bit more, I guess, if we can. Going to 3,000 meters and closing in on 100 meters per second. Slowing down fairly rapidly. If you slow down too much, your parachutes can actually disappear, so we don't want that. So we'll just stick right around here at 100 meters per second, and the parachute should fully deploy in 3, 2, 1. There they go. Separated just like we had hoped. And there you can hear the splash all the way from here as everything falls down. And there's a smile from Bob and Bill. They're happy their part of the mission is over. And now we go back to Jebediah up in orbit after we get splashed down here. We'll check out how Jebediah's doing. He'll orbit around Kerbal once just to complete his mission, and then he will try to bring his pod in for a safe landing as well. Alright, so now we can speed up time a bit, just till we get down to touchdown, going at a nice 4.7 meters per second. That's plenty slow. And down to 40 meters. Here we go. Bill and Bob prepare for splashdown. And there it is. They are safe. So what we're going to do is end the flight. Yes, we want to end this flight and go to our tracking station. And here we go. There is Jebediah. We're going to go and fly with him now. Here he is, still in orbit, smiley as always. The people back at the Kerbal Space Program are starting to suspect more and more that Jebediah is, in fact, a crazy person. But it's alright, he's a great flyer and a hero. He's done the two most dangerous missions probably so far. The first one in space, which is always dangerous, because you just never know. And then the first one to do a long journey across open space. Alright, so we'll retract that ladder and we can close that up. There we go. And let's take a look at where he is. Alright, let's just speed up time a bit. And he can complete his orbit. Here we go. And there's his periapsis coming back around to the apoapsis. Alright, let's check the map. He's close. And there we go. And that is one completed orbit. You can see the Kerbal space station right there. So mission accomplished as far as doing the orbit for Jeb. And now, what we're going to do is do a burn to bring our periapsis back down and hopefully bring Jeb in for a safe landing, hopefully somewhat close to the space station, so that we don't have to send a boat too far to go pick him up. We'll use up what fuel we have burning to get him to right near where we want to land. He's just getting... Actually, he's got like a third of his starting fuel left, so he didn't have too much of a problem fuel-wise. So now we know that it's possible for the Kerbals to do spacewalks across empty space and probably cover large distances, because Jeb wasn't even really close to running out of fuel or anything. I should have checked what percentage of his pack he had left before we got in to the capsule, because when they get into the capsule they refill their jetpacks. But I guarantee you it was over 90%, probably even like 95, above 95%. So that wasn't a problem. Let's just use up a little more fuel here. There we go. Might as well. Let's just burn it all. Alright, well, close enough. We don't want to bring him down on the land necessarily. Alright, so now he's got 3 parachutes aboard his ship as well, and we start the process of trying to bring Jeb down for a safe landing and successfully completing this mission. And this was a big step for our manned space program. We now know what it's like being out in empty space, and we can have Kerbals move from vehicle to vehicle in open space as long as they're close enough. So we'll be doing some more stuff with that possibly in the future if we need to. And I have an idea where the manned space flights are going to go, and I think you guys are going to like that idea. So we'll work on that in a little bit. But I think next episode we are going to go back to a couple unmanned missions, which we have to do. We're going to go some unmanned missions while they prepare for the next step in our manned mission phase. The scientists back home got to build what I'm going to use. But I think you guys will like that, so that should be coming up in a couple of episodes. But I also think you guys will like what I have planned for next episode. It's also very exciting. So the Kerbals are getting the basics down with their space program and getting to a lot more exciting missions. And so far we haven't killed anyone. As I say that as Jebediah is plummeting towards the Earth, but the parachute should save him. Let's just hope I didn't jinx it and nothing goes wrong. This pod, the parachutes we have, shouldn't rip it in half. This pod should be light enough. I'll do another burn just to get rid of the last little bit of this fuel, just to make it even lighter. There we go. We're out of fuel. And let's take a look at his trajectory. He's gonna land probably on land. That's fine. He'll land right on the edge of the peninsula there, so we'll send a vehicle to go pick him up later. But alright, we're getting fairly close to entering the atmosphere. We'll just warp time a bit until we get down there. Alright, now we are entering the atmosphere. The Kerbal space station is just over there, and we are looking like we're gonna land right on a beach. So let's deploy the chutes, and they should open up pretty quick here, right about now. There they go. Terrific. And he's coming in pretty hot. Let's hope that the chutes slow him down enough. Yeah, they should. It should be fine. He's slowing down quite a bit now, down to 400 meters per second. Still above 7,000 meters, down to 250 meters per second. 200, still at 5,500 meters. Down to 150 meters per second, coming in for a nice, safe beach landing. So, congrats, Jebediah. Everything is looking perfect for a smooth landing. At 3,100 meters, going at 100 meters per second and slowing down. Parachutes have yet to fully deploy. Down to 2,000 meters in altitude, 90 meters per second. And closing in on 1,000 meters here. And the parachute should deploy fully in 3, 2, 1. There we go. And down to a lovely 4.8 meters per second at about 500 meters. Everything is looking terrific. Jebediah, for the first time, is not smiling. Probably because he has to come back to Earth. He loves it up in space. So, alright. Now we'll just speed everything up a little bit, just so that this doesn't take forever. And coming down at 4.6 meters per second. That should be plenty safe for a landing, even landing on that engine, which isn't ideal. But there's no fuel left, so we shouldn't have any explosions. Alright, at 100 meters above sea level, not above land, by the way, that's above sea level. So you'll see here he's going to land right there. Prepare for touchdown, Jeb. Perfect. Congratulations. And now, let's zoom in here. Extend our ladder. Alright, come on out, Jeb. Climb down the ladder here. Hop down to the planet. He's sitting down there. Alright, hop up. And you know what, Jeb? You've earned it. Let's go. Run. Speeding up time while we run. Let's head over to the beach and give you a little vacation. You can just chill on the beach until we send someone to pick you up. So, alright. As Jeb makes his way to the beach, that is the closing of this mission. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And like I said, we've got some what I think are going to be pretty exciting missions coming up in the future. Our space program is advancing very nicely, and it's taking a while for Jeb here to get over to the beach, but he's almost there now. So we'll let him go chill out on the beach, and he can wait to be picked up by one of our vehicles. But like I said, again, big things coming up in the future. We're ready to take some big steps as a Kerbal space program, and I can tell you the first one has something to do with Duna. So, that's my little spoiler for next episode. For what our next mission is going to be, so hopefully you guys will be back to check it out. And here we go, we've arrived on the beach, and let's let Jeb just chill out here, maybe go in the water. Alright, we can warp back to normal time, zoom in. Alright, Jeb's gonna go swimming, and as he does, we will now say goodbye. So thank you guys for watching, and Jeb says thanks too. There he is. Let's take a look at him again. He's just taking a swim. So thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.